We explain how the French Revolution led to the rise of Napoleon. The Revolution may have cost numerous French lives, but it also changed France in many ways. For instance, the old social order of the Ancien regime was gone. Absolutism was dead, and the church was now ruled by the state. Elegant clothes, wigs, and culottes gave way to practical ways of dressing, like wearing pants. The French people now rallied around nationalism rather than a king or queen. They pledged allegiance to a tricolor flag and sang the Marseillaise as the national anthem. The Catholic Church was making a comeback in France with the homecoming of the émigrés and with the peasants coming out of the shadows who never gave it up, despite the threats of the Committee on Public Safety. Restoration of the church to religious purpose became a priority, and the state provided social safety net programs like school programs, veterans, and senior programs. However, despite all the social changes in the French Republic, the guillotine was fresh on people's minds, and very few wanted to return. The principles of the revolution spread to the French colony of Saint-Dominique, where slaves led by Toussaint Louverture began an uprising throughout the 1790s that would push the French to abolish slavery and create an independent Haiti. The Directory had been moderately effective at steering a course for reform, but it was still weak and ruled through corrupt individuals. The Directory was at constant war with neighboring countries, even getting France dragged into a quasi-naval war with the United States after the XYZ affair. They used the French military to create more than 190 republics throughout Italy, Switzerland, the Netherlands. They annexed Belgium. Many of these campaigns were led by a young Corsican named Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon's military career was built around the French Revolution, having been sent to the military school in France at the age of 9, and then eventually finding himself as a young officer in 1789 and beyond having to choose sides, and choosing the Jacobin. When the combined forces of the British, the Prussians, and the Austrians attacked, Napoleon showed his tactical brilliance at Toulon, Austria, and northern Italy. He made the Austrian Habsburgs sue for peace. After Italy, he took his troops to Egypt to threaten the British access to India. He also dreamed of creating a French empire in the Middle East, first defeating the Mamluks of Egypt and then attacking Syria, imagining himself to be the next Alexander the Great. The British still won. Culturally, the invasions filled the Louvre Museum with art and sculpture. Napoleon brought along art historians and archaeologists to investigate and catalog treasures that were in danger of vanishing to the wars or to time. Nations also used the art to pay tribute to the Directory. The Louvre had been open to the public during the Revolution as a way to turn the treasures of the kings into public domain. In 1799, Austria once again declared war, and Napoleon was called back to France. The Jacobins were starting to make moves to get back in power. The Directory was in panic mode, and they started canceling elections they didn't like. Also, battles were starting to be lost. It's here that Napoleon made his move for power. He convinced both the Royalists and the Jacobins that the Directory must be removed and began to gather troop support.